Power, power.
I'm waiting on the dog. Come on.
Hey, Joe. Hey, boy. Hey, Lex. Hey, baby. So today's is like this is See, the white man got you playing with them dogs, my brother.
Excuse me, can you tap on the shoulder? My beautiful milk of magnesia.
Today we got a special guest for y'all. Bringing him in. He's from the Detroit area. He's gonna tell y'all a little bit about himself.
Detroit.
I'm excited. He brought some guests with him too.
No, we got a really good episode for y'all today, man. I'm really excited. One of the things that I'm passionate and I love, I wish, I miss, but we're gonna let y'all get into the episode, see what we're talking about. So without further ado, what's his name? Who we bringing on today?
Bringing on Rob. Come on, Rob.
Rob, let's go, baby. Welcome to the show, man. Y'all, we got a really special guest here today. We got Rob from Detroit once again. He is our first guest on the podcast. We super excited to actually bring somebody else in to what we trying to do. We want to make sure we expose y'all as much as possible, and I'm definitely interested in what we got today.
We got quality people on here, y'all. So, Rob, tell us about yourself. I know myself that you're an extraordinary entrepreneur, absolutely. So tell us about yourself, how you got into being an entrepreneur, about some of the friends you brought today.
Okay,
Family.
first of all, if I don't correct this, I never hear the end of it. I am from Ben Harbor, Michigan.
Okay, I like that.
All right.
Guess what? That's my home. That's my city right there.
Ben Harbor.
Ben Harbor, shout out Ben Harbor.
It's been a ride being an entrepreneur, and ever since the age of 13 years old, you know.
Hold on, let's see. He can't do that. You ain't gonna hear nothing.
Yeah.
You're not gonna hear nothing with that.
You making too much noise?
He sound like a fan.
Pick it up.
Basically, I've been an entrepreneur. It's kind of been a process all of my life, since about the age of 12, 13 years old. You know, I was pretty much fascinated in finding ways to, to generate money. Like as a kid, I come from a poor family, not really having much. And, it's just like one of those things where it kind of came second nature, As I got older, I migrated to Georgia, which I had been a barber for many years even before I moved here, Worked at a few barbershops, then I opened up a barbershop, I opened up a few restaurants. It's been quite the trip, and from there everything has just kind of been uphill from there. I got into online sales, eBay, Amazon,
e-commerce,
e-commerce, which is...
This is who, I'm going to say this is the guy that introduced me to e-commerce.
Okay. And
you know me. I'm like, I'll take it. Somebody will buy it.
And it's like, people ask me all the time, say, what you do, man? I'm like, they kind of get that Tommy feel, like, Tommy, what you doing, man? You ain't got no job, and so I got to where I started, getting into it, explaining, teaching, just like I showed you, right?
Yep.
I've taught a lot of my buddies how to be successful in e-commerce, and some of them took it and been pretty successful from it. So what kind of led to a little bit close up to this point is some buddies of mine, man. I this thing with the Frenchies. I start seeing buddies around town with them, some of my partners. I'm like, yo, where you get that dog from? Oh yeah, I just bought it. And I'm like, what you pay for that dog? Oh yeah, it was like $8,000. It was like 10,000. I'm like, I just kind of paused. I was like, wait a minute. Light bulb went up in my head. Being a salesman, being an entrepreneur, it's like, man, how do they monetize this? Is people really out here, catering to this? And the more research I've done about it, as you know, because we came into it together, right?
Absolutely.
And so I learned a lot more, and I kind of got into the research side of things. And I researched probably about maybe 8 months before I decided to, to kind of get a little more involved and purchase my first dog, which is my baby girl Nina right here.
Nina.
This was my first purchase right here. This is my little princess.
Look at Nina.
Beautiful.
Check Nina out.
And she's just as spoiled as she want to be.
Mm-hmm.
But
so ballpark figure, like I know you said just getting into it, and you weren't coming into it, but I mean, we're gonna touch on it probably a little later, but just ballpark figure. I want to know. Like, say if I wanted to go out and I said I wanted to get me a good quality dog, around what price range would I be looking in? Like a top of the line quality Frenchie. Like what can they range from? Just to hit on it real quick.
Well, I would say anywhere when you're talking about quality, you know, talking about exotic, maybe something with a little color in it, something like that. You can start anywhere from about $6,000, and I've seen them go as high as 500K.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Yep.
Hold on, wait. 500K.
Absolutely.
Yeah, one dog has sold
$500,000.
$500,000.
And there's probably dogs that sold more than that we don't even hear about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God, I'm in the wrong industry.
Right. You know, getting into breeding the dogs, I enjoy it.
Yeah.
It brought along other businesses. I'm also into 3D printing.
Okay.
So I've started a brand, a company also in 3D printing as well.
Man, hustling. I love it.
You know, just taking it and just using it as a segue into other parts of the industry.
Okay.
Which is really growing. You know, still in my infinite stage, but you know, Georgia Elite Frenchies and Sons of Solomon, we're gonna be big in Atlanta.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna be huge, you know.
I done seen some of y'all dogs, and I'm just telling you now, like, they look nice, man. Those I done seen a lot of French bulldogs, you know, around the city and in the condos and stuff, but these are some really, really nice dogs.
Appreciate it, man.
They're beautiful, and you know, when you love dogs, you get so much out of it. But let's talk. I mean, we got to keep it real. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of emotion in this. These dogs become family and best friends, and there's a lot that comes with particularly the French Bulldog breed. You want to tell them a little more about just some of the ups and downs, you know what I mean, with it?
You know, I'll say this. It's not for the faint of heart. It's not for people. For one, you run into so many obstacles. You know, most people I know that's bought Frenchies, you know, they've been to the vet quite a few times because certain little things happen. They don't know why it's happening, from, you know, infections, hair loss, you know, vision, digestive systems, because this breed of dog actually is a pretty sensitive dog.
Yeah, it's not like
it's
the
a sensitive
$50
breed.
pit bull you find in Walmart.
Right.
Just tie up in the back of the yard.
Man, it's a whole nother. You know, it's kind of like a running joke I've been seeing where they show a $50 dog that can withstand anything, but then you show a $7,000 Frenchie and it's like allergic to tap water. And so it's pretty rough. You know, if you don't. You got to have finances to really deal with this, because going to the vet once and twice a week sometime, and you can't ignore it. You know, it's not nothing you can just say, hopefully that'll get better tomorrow, because you got so much invested, right?
Exactly.
And so, you know, getting into that was part of the biggest part for me, learning this business and understanding what is the worst things that can happen within this, right?
Yeah.
And so I've seen where, you know, guys have puppies and a whole litter pass away. You know, they got so much time and money invested, and by the time they get to that point, it's like they're looking to reap the benefits from what they put into it, and they experience these things. And so many people get discouraged at that point. And so, you know, you go through those emotions, you go through oh man, I get up in the morning and it's like I have a farm. Yeah. It's no joke. I'm up in the morning, I'm feeding all my dogs. Not just feeding them, I'm cleaning up after them. Yeah. And I'm actually, these are my kids. Yeah, so I'm spending time with them. Yeah. They all have to understand that, you know, I'm there for, like, they literally look at me as that's dad, you know. Yeah. And they all run to me, all of them want all the attention in the world. And so when I see one of them going through something, I can tell. Yeah, like
you know their personality.
I know their personality. Hey, something not wrong with him or her, and so there I'm running off to the vet. You know, good thing I have a good support system. I have a daughter who helps me a lot. Okay. I'm teaching her the ropes. She's helped me whelp puppies and, you know, go through the whole process. So My wife, she's phenomenal with it. I mean, she's actually better than me.
Okay.
She's a little more organized.
She's a dog whisperer.
Yeah,
she got the touch. That's
they listen to her. They listen to her a lot more than they listen to me. But you know, for the most part, the obstacles is you go through these things that can break you down, and just say you decided, hey, this is the business I want to be in. And you dedicate, I say, $30,000 or $40,000 into getting into a breeding program, right? It's easy to do, right? Very easy to do. So you run across this bump in the road, and you say, oh man, I'm just frustrated. I don't want to do this anymore, and it's easy to get discouraged. But it's business just like any other. That's what I try to tell people.
Definitely.
You know, you may not succeed today. It may not happen tomorrow, but you have to stick with it. You know, and with every business I've ever owned, my restaurant, you know, things, I went through so many struggles, you know, along the way, and you just can't give up. It's part of the process.
It's an entrepreneur spirit.
You being in so many different industries, talk about some of the, you know, we're just gonna be quick about like the potential when you're talking about just for this whole industry. Where do you see it in the next year, next 5 years, next 30 years?
Well, in this particular industry, I'll say this. You know, dealing with we're kind of like on uncharted land right now with the, you know, pandemics and all of the stuff going on. It really affects the market for everything, right? And so I say a year ago, I was a lot more optimistic than what I am now. I haven't. It hasn't taken away my drive.
All of us are feeling that.
We're in every business.
You don't know what's happening in the next one.
Exactly. So you know, it's so unpredictable right now. All I can say is, I'm gonna keep pushing forward. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing, and hey, we just gonna roll with it. But I honestly feel like everything's gonna level back out. We've had problems in the economy before. We've had a lot of things go south.
And we've rebounded before too. But I think
what it is we have to be able to enjoy the ride when it's good, but we also have to be able to buckle up when it's going bad, and you know, and stay on the ride then, because that's the only way you grow.
Definitely, and that right there just attests to one of the things that we like to do on the podcast, just give you one of our 3 Ps, man. And I can definitely like just tie that into more than one of them, but like just basically your purpose. Like if you want to be an entrepreneur and you have that goal and you have that vision, it's gonna be stuff that's gonna take you off that straight line from A to B. But if it's in your purpose, you're gonna do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? If your purpose is to breed the best dogs that you can get in Georgia or Southeast or the world, you know, you're gonna go through those bumps, you're gonna go through those vets, you're gonna go through, you might lose a dog or two, Lord forbid, but at the end of the day, it's a bigger purpose. So, you know, it's just looking into that.
Absolutely. I like that. So I'm gonna take over on power. Just one of the examples, just being around these dogs, one of the things I've learned, whether you're talking about dogs or anybody that you're trying to get to follow your lead, a lot of people think when you're training a dog, you have a dog, that you got to be dominant with them. Usually when somebody's following your lead, it's because you're dependable. When these dogs are thirsty, they can't say I'm thirsty. You're the one that's bringing water. Every time I'm thirsty, he's bringing water. Every time I need to go outside, he's walking me. Every time I need to be around other dogs, he's bringing me. So that's why you see an obedient dog. So and not to compare people to dogs, but at the same time, if you're in a leadership position, make sure that you're dependable. So that's my tip for power. How you want to do prosperity? You want to go for something about prosperity? You ain't got to.
Just money in general. Like,
just give them a tip.
How can I put this? The money is out here to make. I see a lot of people generating, a lot of money these days in different ways. But the key thing is we have to learn how to be conservative. You know what I'm saying? That's the key, man. There's so many millionaires being born every day now. And just as fast as so many people going broke as fast. And they have these stories of when I was, what I did, and how I did.
Nobody cares.
And who I knew. And who I knew. And so, we have to be a lot more frugal. And I don't see enough of that going on, especially in this generation. It's like, it's not a young thing, it's not an old thing. It's like, It's the times, and when there's more money in circulation, there's people don't think, they don't understand that you have to prepare for those times when things get rough.
Yeah.
And we're, say for instance, like we just talked about this the other day with this whole thing with the way money is moved around now.
Yeah.
With the cash apps and the Zelles and all of that. Well, now anything over $600 a year is going to be taxed.
Yeah.
You know how many people move money around? Hey, brother, you need to borrow $500 or $1,000. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll give it to you today. I'll give it back to you next week. Then you hit me up next month and say, hey, bro, I need another $1,000. So those transactions aren't looked at as I just loaned some money. It's looked at as income.
Yeah.
So we have to be, keeping those taxes together. That's another important part of building a bigger future.
Okay.
Having all of your all of your ducks in a row, all of your finances, everything that go. Because when you need to go to the bank and when you need to do these other things, you have to have something to show.
Exactly.
You can't say, man, I've been breeding dogs for 12 years. I made $2 million.
So where your tax return?
Yeah, what do you have to show this? And so we're living in a time where, man, back in the day as a barber, everything went in my pocket. A young guy, every time I cut, I'm working, collecting money. I never thought about putting nothing in the bank. I never thought about it. Was just, it was just kind of natural, right?
Money come every day.
Every day. You get used to it. So now it's just an understanding that, for me, that you can't live that kind of life, and have longevity.
Yeah.
And that's what we got to be living for. With this, I'm looking for longevity. It's not going to be overnight. I didn't do it to get wealthy or rich overnight. I know it's all a process. And it's with any business, with this podcast, with everything you do. It won't happen today and it won't happen tomorrow, but you have to stay consistent and persistent in where you're trying to go.
I like that for sure. And that's one of the things that we actually preached on our first episode. We wanted to let people know, hey, we didn't have everything together. And we just wanted to get started, but we want to make sure we do everything the right way and learn along the way every step and just build this into something great. Because I know, we have a good network of people that we know, yourself included, and I think we're doing great things ourselves, and we just want to really inspire people. But man, without further ado, man, I see we got the star here. I want to see what else we got.
Nina Simone. This is my baby. And this is the very first Frenchie I got right here. This little girl.
Okay.
And she's what you call a lilac. She's a lilac fawn.
Okay.
She real chill. She don't do too much. Spoiled. Very spoiled girl. But this right here. This was the second one I bought right here. His sister not here with us today, but that's Lex right there.
Lex.
And this right here, this our showstopper right here. This is Drogo. Actually, both, cut that out. Both Georgie Lee Frenchies and Sons of Solomon Kennels, which Ferb owns here. We got this guy together. Okay. We flew him in from the UK.
Okay.
He's very special.
So he got a British accent.
Yeah, he's foreign. And actually, we was blessed enough the day after we got him. What happened with him? We took him to the dog show.
Oh yeah.
And he won first place.
First place. So this is a blue collar Frenchie right here. This is the top of the line. This that guy.
Yeah. And so he's what you call a blue and tan Merle, and he carries a gene to make what we don't have one here today, but we will be producing soon.
Okay.
It's the fluffy Frenchies.
I've been hearing about the fluffies.
And those are the more new exotics that's coming out now.
So basically, the dog would basically look the same, the same, but the hair would just be a little longer.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and right now those are some of the more expensive ones.
Okay.
They can easily range anywhere from $40,000 to $150,000.
Yep.
Other colors, we only have a few colors here, but there's a large variety of colors. They come in blues, tan,
white,
cream, white, pied, Merle, brindle. Based off of that is a rarity as well.
Okay.
So certain colors that's produced are very expensive.
Okay.
Nothing other than the color of the dog has changed.
Okay.
And it's amazing. You can have two dogs that look exactly alike, and one of them can be a $5,000 dog, and the other one could be a $150,000 dog.
Now let me ask you a quick question with the colors. Now with the colors, do they come out different colors in the same litter?
They can.
Different
dog,
patterns, different colors.
So in dog breeding now you have, it's gotten so sophisticated that you do DNA testing before you even do breedings to know what colors your dog can produce and to mate that dog with another dog that will produce exactly what you want. So you know we can basically contour the color of every single dog that comes out the litter. You know.
Sounds good.
And so that's a big thing too, you know. Colors and the length of the hair has really changed the game in the Frenchie game. And you know, that's pretty much
it's pretty much how it works.
Pretty much how it works, yeah.
All right. Well, let me get this big guy down. Here you go. I know, man. Everybody loves you, bro. Everybody loves you. We definitely appreciate you coming out. Definitely appreciate you bringing your dogs, man. They're beautiful. They look great.
Appreciate it, man.
I look forward. I'm gonna try to get one in the future.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta cut me the discount. You know, family discount. But nah, man. This is episode 4 for us, man. And like I said, you are our first guest once again, and we definitely appreciate you taking your time out. And
I appreciate y'all giving me the opportunity. You know. To be the first guest.
Absolutely.
It's an honor to be here.
Everybody we bring here is going to be quality. So, and then there's an event coming up. We'll be able to see you at, right?
Absolutely.
You'll be out there. Sandra Solomon will be out there. Georgia Elite Frenchies will be out there. It's a big event. Do you know the date of that?
November the 13th.
Okay.
November the 13th. And it's going to be in Gwinnett County, at I believe the Gwinnett County Fairground, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, it's going to be a big dog show out there, and it's supposed to be a pretty big turnout.
Cool.
Yep.
Sounds good. Hopefully y'all can make it. Go check them out. Georgia Elite Frenchies. Once again, I am Low Nose Music. This is my co-host.
Composed by Ferg.
And we're here with
Rob.
Hey man, that's episode 4. We appreciate y'all tuning in. Once again, this is the Get Legit podcast. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on your bell notifications, hit us on Instagram, all that, man. We look forward to connecting with y'all, and we hope y'all can join the community. Peace.
Peace out.
Hey y'all, Rob is our first guest on the podcast. First guest. I'm gonna start that over. Rob is our first guest on the podcast, and we
drop that phone, man. Get your phone off here. Why you doing that?
Rob is our first guest on the podcast, man. We're really excited. As you can see, he has some
Boom. Let's do that again. I don't think she need to be up there.
All right, cool.